For the last 25 years, the music industry has been in a state of, total chaos. It crashed, it consolidated, and it was completely reborn in the digital age. But this whole revolution created a fascinating new mystery. And today, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Okay, so check this out, because this is the paradox that kicks everything off. We are living in a golden age of access, right? We have streaming platforms that put pretty much every song ever recorded right in our pockets. But here's the crazy part. When you adjust for inflation, the industry's total revenue today still hasn't beaten its peak from the late 90s. Back when we were all buying shiny plastic CDs. So that's the big question, isn't it? It's not just that there's less money overall. It's about where that money is flowing now, who it's flowing to, and maybe more importantly, who it's leaving behind. So let's peel back the layers and see what's really going on. To really get what's happening now, we've got to jump in the time machine and go way back. Back to the moment the old world just shattered. The start of the internet wasn't some gentle transition. For the music industry, it was an earthquake. All of a sudden, with services like Napster, music was just free. And for us, the listeners, it was amazing. But for an industry that was built on selling us $18 CDs, it was a complete and total apocalypse. Physical sales just fell off a cliff, and for a minute there, it looked like the whole business model might just, poof, disappear. So what did the industry do? Did they innovate? Nope. Their response was consolidation. Scrambling and losing money, the major labels just started gobbling each other up. What used to be the big 6 giants of music became the big 3 titans we have today: Universal, Sony, and Warner. They survived by getting bigger. All right, so out of the ashes of that whole file-sharing war, a new model starts to take shape. Streaming looked like the perfect savior, right? It was a legal, super convenient way to get music that could finally bring the money back. But this lifeline came with a really serious catch. And let's be clear, it was a massive financial lifeline. By 2024, the global streaming market was worth over $46 billion. It absolutely brought the recorded music business back from the dead. But the way this new system pays out all that money, it completely changed the game. Okay, this is the secret engine room of the streaming economy. And it's kind of weird, but so important to understand. Most services use what's called a pro rata model. It doesn't matter if you personally only listen to one obscure indie band all month long. Your subscription money goes into one giant pot with everyone else's. Then that pot is paid out based on market share. So if a superstar gets 5% of all streams on the platform, they get 5% of the pot. And that includes a little slice of your money. Wild, right? And here's what that actually looks like on the ground. This is a real quote from an artist breaking down their earnings. We're talking nearly 500,000 streams, a number that would have sounded absolutely insane back in the day, and it earned them just over $1,000. For anyone who isn't at the very, very top, trying to make a living from streams alone is pretty much impossible. So what this all adds up to is a stark winner-takes-all economy. The research is pretty clear. The top 1% of artists, the superstars, get a mind-boggling 90% of all streams. And that leaves the other 99% of musicians out there fighting over the leftover 10%. So the money's all different, but that's not the only thing that's changed. The very way we discover music, how we find our next favorite song, is now run by a totally new kind of gatekeeper. The human tastemaker has been replaced by the machine. Think about it. Back in the day, your path to stardom went through a person, an A&R rep who spotted you at a gig, a radio DJ who just fell in love with your single. But now, the new gatekeepers are algorithms. Getting your song on Spotify's Today's Top Hits playlist or going viral on TikTok's For You page. That's the new way to get heard by millions. TikTok, especially, has become the music industry's unofficial A&R department. Labels aren't just scouting for raw talent anymore. They're watching data, looking for songs that are already blowing up. They sign artists who have already proven there's an audience waiting for them. Lil Nas X is the ultimate example. A song that started as an internet meme and became one of the biggest hits of all time before a major label even touched it. Now, when machines become the gatekeepers, it has this massive, and I mean massive, knock-on effect on the music itself. Artists and labels aren't just making songs for people anymore. They're making songs designed to please the algorithm. This new reality has literally reverse engineered the pop song. That long, cool intro that builds all the suspense, it's dead. You have less than 5 seconds to grab a listener before they hit skip. The average song is now over a minute shorter. Because hey, shorter songs mean more streams per hour. In the bridge, that emotional turning point in a song, a lot of times it just gets cut completely to keep the energy up in a repetitive loop. This has also led to the rise of what you might call nostalgia bait. See, the labels know our brains are wired to like stuff that's familiar, so they're encouraging artists to stick melodies from old 90s and 2000s hits into new songs. Why? Because the data shows a familiar sound has a much lower skip rate, and the skip rate is the algorithm's ultimate currency. Okay, so if recorded music is being devalued and engineered for algorithms, where is the real money in music today? The answer is actually pretty simple. It's in getting you out of your house and into a building they control. The live concert industry has become an absolute financial juggernaut. In 2025 alone, the industry giant Live Nation, which, by the way, also owns Ticketmaster, pulled in over $25 billion in revenue. For most artists, touring isn't about promoting an album anymore. The album is now basically an advertisement for the tour. And that whole industry is being powered by some pretty controversial tech, like dynamic pricing. It's basically surge pricing for concert tickets, just like when you're trying to get an Uber in a rainstorm. The more people trying to buy tickets, the higher the algorithm jacks up the price, in real time. It's turned seeing your favorite artist from a cultural experience into a luxury good. This concentration of power has gotten so extreme that it's now triggering a massive legal backlash. In 2024, the US government and a whole bunch of states actually sued Live Nation Ticketmaster, basically arguing that its control over artists, venues, and ticketing is an illegal monopoly that crushes competition and really hurts fans. Which brings us to, right now, the bleeding edge. The industry isn't just reacting to data anymore. It's using predictive AI to actually manufacture hits from the ground up. Labels can now feed a demo into a system that scores its viral potential, analyzes its structure against past hits, and even optimizes the lyrics for maximum memeability, all before a single dollar is spent on marketing. And all of this leaves us with one final, pretty unsettling question. For 100 years, the music industry was in the business of finding and selling human creativity. But as we head deeper into this new era, you have to ask, is the next superstar going to be a person with a vision, or are they just going to be a perfectly optimized equation?